Howdy folks, we're here in Cincinnati, USA, and the adventure can begin. Welcome to a new episode of 7 Minutes of Bond Locations. My name is Martijn Mulder for On the Tracks of 007, and for this episode we flew all the way to the USA. It's going to be something very special. But the problem is I haven't got a clue where I am. So, wait a minute. All right, we must be in Kentucky because I see a KFC. But I will have to double check this with a local. Let's see if I can find someone local. Excuse me, sir.
Oh yeah, can I help you?
Is that you, Uwe?
Yeah, oh, it is Martin. Oh my God.
Jeez, what are the odds?
What are you doing here?
I'm going on a secret mission.
Oh, how secret is it?
Well, I can tell you.
Okay, tell me.
We're going to visit Fort Knox.
How exciting.
It is. Do you want to join me?
Okay, sure, let's go, let's do it.
Come on, let's hop in the car.
Okay, go.
But more scenes were actually filmed in Kentucky than is widely assumed. One of these scenes is when Pussy Galore's pilots take off to spread the nerve gas over Fort Knox. Even though all of the other airport and flying scenes were shot at RAF Northolt, just outside London, this particular scene was done at Bowman Field, just south of Louisville, Kentucky. Bowman Field is the oldest continually operating commercial airfield in North America. Established in 1919, it was the site where Charles Lindbergh landed the Spirit of St. Louis in 1927. The Art Deco terminal building and hangars have survived and can still be visited today. One of the historic hangars can be seen on the right, while the large wind indicator, one of the oldest in the world, can clearly be seen in between the airplanes. Next stop, Muldraugh. This tiny town is located about 45 minutes driving from Louisville city center, and it can be seen twice in Goldfinger. After having crushed Mr. Solo in his car, Oddjob returns home, leaving Leiter behind, wondering why the homing signal has disappeared. They give up and decide to drive back too, which gives us a shot of the two cars passing each other unknowingly. This shot was done in the only bend in the North Dixie Highway when entering Muldraugh from the north. The Ritz Motel and Restaurant, as well as the used car sales lot visible in the film, have been replaced by U-Haul storage units, a fireworks store and a XXX sex shop. A few hundred meters further down the road, where Main Street crosses Harris Street, you can find the corner visible in the scene where the army convoy heads towards Fort Knox. Time to move on to our final destination, Fort Knox Army Base. Just 5 minutes from Muldraugh, the site has been synonymous with the bullion depository on site since the day this was built in 1936. It is well known that the building as seen in Goldfinger was recreated on Pinewood's back lot, but in the scenes preceding the attack on the depository, the real army base can be seen in scenes where the airplanes fly over to spread the nerve gas, and in the scenes in which the small army convoy is on its way to the depository. To shoot Pussy Galore's flying circus gassing the soldiers, the pilots were only allowed to fly above 3,000 feet. Obviously this was hopeless, so they eventually flew at about 500 feet. According to director Guy Hamilton, the military went absolutely ape. The man responsible for dealing with the military was Lieutenant Colonel Charles Ruchon, a native New Yorker and World War II veteran. The retired Ruchon used all his connections to secure military assistance for Goldfinger, which was acknowledged in the film by showing a sign that promoted him to the rank of general. The sign hung outside the main hangar at Godman Airfield, which is part of the Fort Knox Army Base. Being originally one of the largest military training centers in the US, Fort Knox today has much more an administrative function. All of the original yellow wooden barracks visible in the film have been demolished and were replaced by brick buildings over the past decades. Only one original barrack survived, and this one now stands outside the General George Patton Museum. In this museum you can also see a scale model of the depository, which was allegedly given to the Treasury by Eon representatives after the filming. The Treasury handed it over to the museum in the late 80s, but clear differences between this model and the one visible in the film makes you wonder if there is actually any truth to this story. Why would the model be in the US in the first place? Perhaps the museum model, which seems to lack important details, was a production model used to establish camera positions. Or perhaps it was just a backup, in case Charles Ruchon would not deliver.
Well, that concludes our adventure in the US, and that also concludes this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you soon on another episode, 7 Minutes on Locations. Ciao.
Check out onthetracksofo7.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.